Hello, recording. No, you didn't miss anything. There definitely weren't 20 minutes in which my computer, first stopped me from using my camera, and then disconnected me from the internet on everything except for Twitch. So I was unable to access pretty much anything. But you know, I could still stream, so maybe I should have just rolled with it. Unfortunately, I reset my computer and now we're back to the game. And that is all we're doing. Yes. Oh my god, that only took 30 minutes. And now it's 11:26. Cool. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. Defendant lobby number 2.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. I mean, after all, did you see their computers? What happened with that?
I don't know.
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. I hope they didn't hold you and steal your little red muffler. Wait, you have it now. What's going on?
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshal.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card that I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? I also have a bloody ace. That's for later.
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. I don't care. Just get me out of here.
Whoa. February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr.
Do you want to try that again?
Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe that the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
You can't even get your words right either. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day of the stand. Of the day to the, For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Holy shit, there's no murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Oh, no, not him.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekin, sir. My occupation is,
That would be murderer, sir!
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I'll never kill anyone again, sir! You've gotta believe me, sir!
Actually, what we'd like to hear from you...
Sir, I know you will be part of a younger generation, sir! A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend!
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me, sir! Was that is that the judge? Imagine it wasn't. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir!
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir! As you wish! After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir! You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Crime report, sir. Destroy my voice, why don't you?
Although it's not my personal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and I did it! After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
Damn. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do unto others before they do unto you! That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
He smacked the shit out of me, sir! Yes, sir, he knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need to hear is more info to work with. Maybe I should just present stuff. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Hi. How's it going? Ooh, I hope you're having a great time. I'm dying.
Although it's not my personal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day.
I don't care.
I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room.
What do you look like? How are you doing, dude? I'm doing wonderfully, except for my computer freaking out and having to restart it. How about you? In order to enter the evidence room, they would have to go through a door. You need, I mean you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
Nice. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is! I found it! This is the one right here.
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir. It's 4985. Fuck!
I got it. I've locked in.
4989596. That's my number, sir.
Well, you did that. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596. It's shown being used twice? Are you playing games on stream? I would hope I am. I've gotta say, I would hope it looks like I'm playing a game on stream. That's just what I hope. If I'm not, you can tell me. You can let me know, and I will realize that my fault. It's shown being used twice. Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down.
So what's your favorite game? Of all time? I don't know, probably, Kid Icarus Uprising. There you go. I see. So what was it during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security room.
He's going to destroy my voice. He's going to kill my voice. If I keep doing this, I'm gonna die. Oh, updated.
I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was absolutely suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and I did it.
What did you do? What exactly do you mean when you say did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife? Are you a daily streamer? Boy, I sure wish. I stream fairly regularly, at least like twice per week. I usually post a schedule on Discord, and I can start posting it on my page. I more or less make those weekly. Next week, obviously, it's gonna be a little harder because it's Christmas. But I stream fairly regularly. I can always stream more if people pressure me. You took his knife?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes, like a man.
See, he must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then, the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir!
Silly guy.
After I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Oh, well, we can all rest easy now.
This is what he was telling us yesterday.
Well, we need to try and skim some more details from him. For starters, what was an officer from the General Affairs Department doing in there in the first place?
Right. Let's press him for all he's worth. Probably like $4.
Oh. The first thing to press. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir.
Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks, not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir.
Sorry, I can't think when this is on screen. It's the Blue Badger. What else do you want me to say?
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
I love him. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got in there?
Nothing. My spiders are
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Let's see. Oh, I've already seen this. I'm stupid. Oh, I was so prepared for there to be something that I just didn't see before, and I just clicked the same thing. I was like, oh my god. Wait, so my question is, why do we not have... Damn, that's a lot. That is a lot of evidence. Okay, right? We have this. Let me check this. Mike Meekins. I don't see anyone else, though. Can I get your Discord? I think if you do, it is either on my page, or if you do, I think this? No, that did not work. Okay, that's embarrassing. Don't worry about that. Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Here is the server link. And if you want to be alerted, this is so silly that I'm doing this. This is so silly. invite people. Copy. Here is a invitation. Oh, it's. I went to click it. Copy. Wait, and then I do this, right? It says hidden use copy button. Hello? What is happening? Okay, this is insane. I know this works. Let me... I will get this to you. I will do my darndest to get this to you. Let's go on Twitch. Don't talk to me. Here it is. Copy link. Here's the link. That should work, maybe, right? Oh, you found it? Okay. I just don't usually, like, accept requests, but I appreciate it. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me on the server. I don't have a lot of, I don't accept friend requests. It's nothing against you. I'm sure you're a lovely person. And with that, I will get back to the game. After that saga.
I fought for my life, and I did it!
I was only doing what I was trying to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. Q? So you were attacked. Can you tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir, a knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. If you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? I don't know. He's got a point. Are you not in the server? Did the server thing not work? One second. Let me see. Does this work? If I click this. Yeah, if you click the link I sent you, it'll get you into the server. I believe. Yeah, there you go. Okay, if you're in the server, all you have to do is go to the role thing and then click on the verified tab, and that way you can get in. Sorry about that. I know it's a little bit of a hassle. It's just it's just what most people do. Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. Now was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief delivered it. What is that? A videotape?
Yes, sir. This is absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from a security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like a communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me.
A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? We are going to see this video so many times. You have no idea. You have no idea. This video is going to get played so many times. There's Goodman. He's the 3D model. There's the Blue Badger. There's Goodman. You can't see his face. Something dropped out of the locker. I can't open your server, so kindly accept my request. Okay. There you go. Oh, he's dying. It's no problem, buddy. It's just mainly like, it's just a safety thing. I just don't, it's nothing against you. And he's fucking dead. This is what happens. This is what happens, guys. You gotta be sure to be safe online. Detective Meekins died. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can Mr. Meekins die like that and be on the stand right now? That was kind of crazy. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wiggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. That's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir.
Mystery Man. Mystery Man.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must have been him. No one else could have unlocked it.
That's true. He's gonna spit in. What's that about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination is going, but I don't want to see it. But everything will begin with contradictions. It begins with, okay, that's where I have to start.
Oh, sandwich. A nice tuna sub. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that that person was not other than Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Mr. Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir.
Is that true? Do we know that? Wow, this is a really awesome picture. I need this picture. That's so cool. Really useful. Okay, there's the tape. We don't want to watch that right now. Enter? If we do not have like a locker. We don't have like the lockers all laid out. Evidence from a past case of Edward. Others offered by against request. I guess we'll just watch this again. Oh my god, you have to watch the whole thing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-na-na-na. Wait, what? But the light is on. What does that mean? He opened the locker. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir, I've myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir.
I wonder what kind of methods you tried. The man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to registering. They must have ran the person elected.
So my points are in this too.
Yeah.
The locker open was unquestionably.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
How do I know that? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir.
People in the know.
The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my, romantic troubles, sir.
I don't want to hear about that. For the record, the open locker didn't appear to be Detective Goodman. I verified this information through more reliable source. A more. You really should have said A there because you messed up your dialogue. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. That's interesting.
So it must be him.
Shut up. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face.
Sir! If I may say something, sir.
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
You're still here?
Yep.
Is there a problem with the security tape? Yeah, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange! This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out? Oh shit, I hate pointing. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. Ugh, I have to point out a contradiction in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. Set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Oh! Scary! Why was it so scary? Speed up, Pause. Pause. Is it this? Can I rewind? Oh, he's wearing gloves. Wait, is he? The thing that's strange about this video would have to be, this? Hold on a second, I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Shut up. Play the video again. I will now play the security tape. I have to point out a problem in this video? Don't watch it too many times. Don't worry about that. I'll be watching this video as many times as possible. See how the light is on? Officer Meekins.
Sir, do you mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint, if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. Okay, well, we didn't have any... I didn't still have any evidence for that. I saw the light and I was like, oh, okay, all right. According to my very limited experience, that's why I understand. So I guess he could have taken off the glove and then whatever. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I don't get it. Let's watch the entire video again. Give me... I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. Let's watch the whole video again. Please kill me now. When the victim reaches the handle and open the locker, let's rewind a little earlier. Oh. Oh my god. Do you see the blue badger? He's my best friend. The locker, here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit! Yeah, he smoked it up in there. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Wah! Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by a lock, by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, that just goes to show novices should keep their fucking mouths shut, I guess. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? I don't know, novices should keep their mouths shut. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the sister's system sensor.
Something jam the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Whoa!
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. I'm taking that moment to drink water. You know, the good thing about the video is we get to drink as much water as we want. Pause. Play. Pause, pause. Play. Pause, pause! Tip. Back up. Back up, back. It's flying! Wow. Take that! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Let's watch it again and again. It's my favorite show. You love the Blue Badger, don't you? I love the Blue Badger. And no one else would not love the Blue Badger. He's so funny. Look at his little smile. He's doing a colon parentheses. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my own door.
We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Let's watch the video one more time. What's your guys' favorite timestamp? I think mine is 17:14:39, but 40's pretty good too. 41, it's controversial. Oh, there's the glove! This white thing wasn't inside the locker. Why are we calling it a thing? It's like obviously a glove. Like, ooh, the scary white ghost. Did you see that? The white ghost went across the screen. Zoom in, enhance. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's like my tie. 2 out of 3 times I get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of a door closing, my tie chokes me.
but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator! But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description.
But sir, by insulator, you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? The shoe. This glove. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Are you stupid? It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Ah! The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. Oh, the victim opening the locker. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is that not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir! Oh, it would appear so, sir!
Order! 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 So we're to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. Your Honor. Oh! What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
What, this? This moment right here? Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh! You mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Am I being punked right now? What's going on? Mystery Man number 2.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Okay, and? So fucking what? An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. See how we have all these numbers, but one is missing. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair
Do you want to... Are you okay?
No, I got it. 1 second. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Well, it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move to the cross-examination. Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it right here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID that gets stuck. Instead of a door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Except for Gumshoe, who has 3 because he keeps losing them. Yes, Your Honor. There's a record of it. Time of the crime, detective uses card. He sure did. He sure did. Press. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he just panicked?
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is that it's far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we got.
What? I'm confused. I'm thinking too hard about it. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you're thinking too hard. I don't think you think I'm thinking at all, actually, because I fear these are the same number, right? 58421189. 58421189. Okay. At the time of the crime, the detective used his card. Wait. What time is this? What? Wait. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Never mind. Never mind. The detective used his card. Let's just press these. So, like your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. My head wasn't wrapped in bandages. I'd even give a V for victory sign, sir. Can he just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear them out fully. As we've seen, no one of them is... One must use their ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck?
Yes, sir. Can't you see? I'm gonna die. I want to choke to death, sir.
At the time of the crime, the detective used his card. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. Huh? What's the matter? According to this... Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Not that prosecutor again.
Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, the blue murderer. Shh, don't stare at him.
You've got the wrong color, kid. Maybe he's colorblind. It would seem the Inquiry Committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, I will let us continue with the cross-examination.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him.
What? I hate when they say stuff like this. They're like, it's just so obvious. Like, of course. Okay, well, when an ID card is used, there's evidence. Yeah, one must use the ID card. There's no... Okay, well, it's obviously this one. Okay, it's either the ID card. It's the cell phone! Oh my god, let's call. Let's make a call. Click. Hey, Bess, are you there? Are you there? Beep. Okay. Get out of here. The ID card record. Wait, why is Meekins on there twice? I don't know. When did the crime happen? Let's look at the video again. Yeah, that's what we need to do. 5:14. Okay, that makes sense. When are we gonna bring up that Mr. Meekins was there twice? Never? Okay. I'm just gonna show that the card was in the other place. There. Okay, that was it. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I guess I was overthinking it. I guess I was. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No. When I say crime scene, I mean crime scene. I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Huh. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the other date of the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something is his ID card, right? Are you okay? You need some coffee? I'm okay. I'm fine. Sorry. I'm having a migraine right now. We can stop if you want. No. I'll be okay. I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Whoa. Oh my god. Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in this evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place. A murder. Sorry, I had to correct myself for that. At the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location. The underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. She's just so scary. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment of the defendant used the murder weapon. Shit, he got me there. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something for us, Lana.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Object. I don't know. Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've all just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murderer. Murder. Ba 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 ba. Oh, however, sorry. It cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Hell yeah. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Huh, a Lone Ranger. Lana. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is being subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Go play on the monkey bars or something. Play on the monkey bars? What does he think I am, 4? I think he was just making a joke, Lana. Yeah, whatever. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured out anything.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Sorry. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, please come back. It's awkward. Please. What is it? Oh, I'm back, pal. You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all the way while on duty. And on top of it off, he called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! 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 I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky!
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh! 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 You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? It's alright, Belle. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother to bring you the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident.
Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? A witness? Oh my god. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, it's SL9 incident. Is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it was the Joe Drake...
Damn, Drake.
The Drake killings. The rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
The... Joe Dark... No! No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away. Do you know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Loser. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I'd better take a good look at this file. Uh-oh. To be continued. That probably should have been before the... Never mind. Okay. I'm not done. I'm not done here. I have much more. I have much, much more. I will take a little break to get some water. And probably more tea. But let me read this file first. Something, courtroom, no. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Okay, this is a great time to pull this up because there's no music. So let's go all the way over here and read. Incident number SL9. Close. Perpetrator, Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Epic. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Ooh. Okay, Marshall. Head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witness, Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Investigation Task Force. Executive Investigators, Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head Investigator, Bruce Goodman, Jake Marshall, Angel Star. Okay, that didn't really tell me anything. So, Joe Dark killed a lot of people. He died. We got Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jed Bates, Jason Knight. No, Rachel Moss. I think it's just Neil Marshall. Okay. Just go back to these names. Obviously, she's Lana Sky. And she's... No, she's Lana Sky. Oh, I didn't realize how much older Lana is than Emma. Damn, 13 years, that's crazy. Damn. So when Lana left to go to college... Do not make fun of my math. Do not make fun of my math right now. Okay. She's 13 when Emma was born. So, let's just assume she graduated in Wow, Emma was only like 5. That's crazy. Goodman, Gant, Meekins, Star. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else with the last name we need to be aware of right now. Okay. In that case, I will be right back. I'm just going to get some water. And now I can actually put music on because my computer is not freaking out. Epic. So awesome. YouTube. Come on, YouTube. There we go. Okay. I will be right back. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. I didn't make tea. I just got water. Oh, why did I put my water on my back? I'm like out. I just need to sit for a second. I close my eyes. I literally, it's so bad. I see Marvel Rivals in my eyes. It is, how long have I played that game? I gotta realize whenever I look at this, I gotta knock off like 10 hours I left the launcher open. Let's see. It says 21.1 hours, so probably more like 10, like 12, or maybe like 13. It's fun. It's a fun game. I've already started saying it, so I'm gonna say it now. For posterity's sake, and I feel like even saying that's fucking stupid to say. Generally, going forward, I always do appreciate people wanting to reach out and interact with me, especially in chat. Like, love when people chat with me, obviously. I think I'm going to try to close my Discord invites more. It is 100% no one's, like, it's not been a problem. Like, fucking look at me, right? Like, I'm having this discussion with maybe still sub 100 followers. I just want to make sure I'm making, like, I'm making a safe viewing, like, experience for the people that watch me. And this really, I know what I'm saying, and I know, like, how little people I reach. But, like, I am 100% cool with becoming friends with people. But, like, if they're my age, I do not want to be even, like, this is so stupid to be talking about, but, like, I just don't want to even set the precedent that it's cool to, I don't know. That's a problem too, is, like, I don't know who anyone is until, like, you find out later. But also, like, I don't want to be setting a precedent that you should feel completely comfortable talking to adults. Which, like, that sucks, but, like, also, there's a lot of shitty people out there, you know? And I feel more comfortable talking to anyone in a public space. And, you know, if someone is my age, I don't feel as much of a problem with that. But, like, I just want to make sure that people are staying safe. And that's it. And now I've said it, and now I don't have to worry about it until I say it again later, because it's not something that, like, doesn't not happen at any level. I just want to make sure people are staying safe, you know? And that 100% again is not anyone's problem. I just get bullied. And it is like the stupidest thing ever. I'm just such a fucking pushover that someone's like, ooh, but, like, I sent you a friend request. I'm like, damn, like, now I feel bad. But, no, I need to be, like, more staunch on that. Like, at least if I don't know the person. If I've set up more of a rapport and they are, once again, like, just my age. That's all that matters. Anyway, with that conversation out of the way, let's get back to the game. It's just, you know, I would have to talk about it eventually. Witness, please drop the bass. Don't drop that dun-dun-dun. Can you shut the fuck up? Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshal, Your Honor. Howling wind. I never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshal, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? Well, you didn't say that, right? But yeah, sure, whatever. According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. I hate Southern people. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Oh, he does hate Southern people. Damn, he wouldn't like me. I fucking hate your accent. I kind of just have a Midwestern accent because I really tried not to get a Southern accent. I'm sorry, Judge. I don't fucking care. Oh, I'm sorry. The day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on the bone orchard. That bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
I get your bloody fingerprints.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. Or your accent. I can't say I care for your beard. But you don't hear me complaining. Wait a minute. Don't you have a beard too? Like, what are we talking about here? What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines, or following orders. Everyone's got their weakness now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. The day of the crime. See, I love this guy's voice. If this guy's voice was the entire trial, we've been great. Press. How exactly do you keep an eye on the evidence room? I made sure nothing moved around. Oh, shit. Sorry, it is dry as hell in this room. I'm trying to get my humidifier on. It's not working. It's not working! No! I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's not working. This is the nerdiest thing about me. I know, hard to believe, right? Like, the nerdiest thing about me. Because I've been losing my voice, most winters now, because I basically live in a fucking desert. So I bought this humidifier sensor. I showed it to the camera as if you would see it. I showed it to the camera as if you would see like a little icon pops up, like, whoa, look! So I use that to make sure like my room is not the Death Valley. And I was looking at it and I'm like, it's going down a lot right now, and I feel my voice dying. So I bought a humidifier the other day, and now that shit runs 24/7. I made sure nothing moved in the security monitor. That room's so still, even the time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You entered them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing useful is recorded, the tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic. It isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? I said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style. You stupid? But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshal, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the evidence's locker. Victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by super... That ain't my style. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon when the time it went down. Just an internet style with me. If you're out of ammo, it's time to hit the trail. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even an Angel steak lunches can beat the parlor's Vognol sepia pasta.
What do you mean to tell us? You abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says,
Did you not want a raise this year?
that's funny. Did you get it? That was fun. Why did I do that? Oh my god, I really just hyperanalyzed the fact that I said that was funny. Oh my god. I'm losing it. That was funny. Oh, why did I say that was funny? Oh, why did I comment? Shut up. That ain't my style. Out of ammo, Officer Marshal? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back to the west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everybody knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. Okay, so I can't use that yet, gotcha. My job was to keep a wary eye on the bone orchard. Said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day out in my style. I was room protected by 2 security systems. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered recordings. Entered them? Oh my god, what does that mean? I've done all these, right? Okay, yeah, it looks like he didn't go in at all. Or unless this is just the time of the murder. No, all the... Yeah, no, he's gonna say, yeah, well, I didn't fucking go in there, of course, like I said. Stupid asshole. Who's protected by 2 security systems anyway? What is this? You use a course back in my day that locked doors of gold mine evidence. You didn't know the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I'm not good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. Sensors on the locker cannot be seen. So now he mentions it. Detective Gumshoe said something about that. What do I have on this guy? I know I have this. I really just don't even know. Okay, this is all stuff for not this part of the case. Okay, ID card record. You can cut it down to this side. Half working on Bruce Kidman. Okay. Whoa, what's going on here? I mean, I guess we just use the fucking thing, right? Do I just use it here? Like, I just go like, your fucking handprint's there. Okay, I do. Kidding. Officer Marshal, doesn't it strike you as odd? That was the most strange objection I've ever seen in this series. I mean, I agree with it, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe there's more like that. I was just like, surely, like, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, he's saying, like, am I supposed to? It's okay. Sir Marshal, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, to make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. I blacked out. I literally blacked out, like, whoa. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. I really zoned in there. I was just reading. Witness. Whoa! Witness! Witness, what's the meaning of this?
I don't know. I'm not even here. I left. I'm gone.
Not you. You're not even a witness. Get out of here.
Sorry.
Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshal? It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. But there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshal, about the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime. Blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know that the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. What? The witness says his explanation appears valid. Though there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to really prove it. Bloodstained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. No, bud. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward for me with mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's gotta do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain up the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you fucking high? Can't let him squirm out of this one. Gotta find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. You just said you don't go in there. That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That, and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said, and I said what I mean. That doesn't mean anything. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using that fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Huh. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? The seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. A security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it was me in that... Oh, I see. We're gonna find something in the video. Found a bloody handprint in the owner's back. Okay. Let's watch this. I honestly could just present this. I love that they don't let you fast forward after the whole... Oh shit. Yeah, they don't let you fast forward. You have to watch the whole thing normal speed and the normal part. Ooh, fun. I love that we're just not talking about the handprint on the blue badger. Okay, so there's a guy who's wearing gloves or whatever. It falls out. I wonder if the locker is gonna be green when it turns back, and that's why. Ooh, he got blood on him. Did he hide something in the locker? Oh, yeah, he did. You fucking stupid. Oh, shit. I'm not crazy, right? Do I have to press that? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Oh my god, I know! I know! If someone is familiar with the camera's position, they can leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, can you show us evidence in this video? I did have to press it. Yeah, you got it. I haven't had to present, like, any evidence this trial. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshal. Tread carefully, Mr. Hyde, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Fast forward. Wow, look how fast it's going. I wish they sped up the song, it would have been funny. It would have been funny. Pause. Got it. No! What do you mean? Oh my god! I clicked it! I clicked it! Oh my god. Holy shit.
Stab ya. Kill ya.
Is he hiding behind the blue badger in that? That's so funny. Okay. Pause. Yeah. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake. I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. They're so slow with this. Oh my god. Holy shit, it's not there! Oh, the white cloth, that's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! It would seem that— Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. Huh? So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? He's stupid. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives who they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself! This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Is he saying Ole? Olay! Please answer the question. What? What are you doing? What is he now? A bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshal. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshal. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it! Where was Officer Marshal at the time of the crime? The time of the crime? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. What are you talking about? I can't look at anything either. Oh, he's the killer. Take that! Officer Marshal was standing right here. Okay, I was like so confused. I'm like, are they saying he hid somewhere? No, okay. He was the killer. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. Okay, I guess I'm fucking stupid. Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been was... Where was... What do you mean? Take that! But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Oh! Oh my god! I'm so stupid. I was like... they still think he's the victim in this. I was like, oh, he's obviously the killer. No, they think Meekins is a killer. Oh... I was like, okay, so like, well, obviously Meekins was the one that got hurt, so he's the victim. No, I'm stupid. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Or also if you just watched the video and you saw him stab that guy. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshal. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshal? Got quite an imagination, partner. We've got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard. You don't see me complaining. This is actually the second time you've complained. Shut up. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshal dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ugh, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out.
When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you...
Wait a second. Calm down, guys. What do you mean we don't have evidence that he's the one that did that? He's the only one that can open the locker. Are we high? I said that twice today. I just thought it was funny the first time. But what do you mean? Oh, you have no evidence tying me to that. You opened the locker. Is he gonna say, oh, I walked in there and then I walked out and I opened the, like, he didn't say that. He just said, like, actually, you don't have any evidence that I dressed up. Fucking what? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yes, he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it had been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. Are we... Okay. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. I don't have a cloth. It's probably the outfit. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Very well, let's take another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us the witness. Let's fast forward to when he got stabbed and then got red. Right there. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know what to what end. Yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat! You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Honestly, like, I gotta say, the videotape stuff, it is a little annoying to, like, go through the video 400 times. I think it would have been fine if it was just, like, a fast forward button. But honestly, this trial is, like, way better than the first part of the last trial. Like, that was actually, like, soul-sucking. With Miss Star, I thought I was gonna die. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have had to be here now. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Oh my god. I need to, like, put my head over the, the fucking humidifier. 1 second. Okay, I'm good. Let's press everything. I feel like this is a very press-worthy case. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. Wow, I really had to be right back. I was like, I'm about to die, actually. I'll be fine. I'll be right back. I swear. I just really had to pee. Yeah, I'm gonna be downing tea after this. Holy shit. It is rough doing these. I've gotta say, the roughest part is is doing, like, I'm already kind of bad at doing, I don't know why, like, streams longer than like 2 hours right now. But, like, especially right now with, like, this whole humidity thing, it's killing me. I'm like a little baby. Okay, I'm back. There we go. The SL9 incident. 2 years ago have passed since that case was closed. 2 years ago have passed, shut up. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I had anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking it into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance, and that's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Why'd you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open the locker yourself. You could have, because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You fucking did more than that, bud. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. He's holding the knife in his hand. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder, demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Nice! Oh wait, no, not nice. Wait, bad. I thought he usually said something different. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, I fucking like, awesome! Get that guy on no money! Reduce his pay! Anyway, he threw himself at me. I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. Let me knock him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out, and? I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. I tried to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like them. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. What is happening? I guess I clicked through it. No, I did click through it. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If I had gone all as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in the struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown at that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's the evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman, he's wearing like 4-inch high heels. He's very slay. Detective Goodman's locker. Oh wait, no, Detective Marshall, sorry. Detective Goodman's dead, but Detective Marshall's still slaying. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, I love your heels. May I ask you one thing? Where'd you get them? Fire away, partner. Got them at the boot factory. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. When did you learn your rights of pleading the fifth? Just right now. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has had an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why?
Oh, I know why.
Officer Marshal, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name, Marshal, is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard that name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with David Gann, the deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was assigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, arraigned. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day of the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, the fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance. It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder. God damn it. There yet remained the mystery of a simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries of the police department have been resolved. No doubt about it. Our sole murderer took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Ugh! I rest my case. It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. I. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder of the security camera's tape really was fake. And I didn't realize. That would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it! Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky's sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints was found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No!
Huh?
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator at all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident in the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry it can't be more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I object. I don't know. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yeah. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans? I don't fucking know. Nope. Oh, the glove? It's not this. It's probably not this. It's not Marshall's. The jar? Maybe the jar. No, it wouldn't be the glove. Oh, the blue badger? Is he gonna say this? Let's look at the video. Yeah, the blue badger. Is he seriously gonna say the blue badger? What about that piece of plywood? I was right. The blue badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans on the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? Oh. That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint on the spot on the locker. What? Why are you reacting, man? You got nothing to do with this anymore. You already committed your crime. So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What do you say? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in? Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but that's a Pokemon, and this is a courtroom. But it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Hi, Blue Badger. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman, when he was really murdered. Objection! That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Objection! So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur, as Mr. Edgeworth said? Proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present this its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If a crime took place before that time, then it would be... 4:40 p.m. Ah! Ah! Miles Edgeworth? Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 77777777. Is that right? I don't know. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777. Mr. Edgeworth, was that the correct amount of sevens? Please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's 177777777 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is who's a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Ryde. There is one situation in which we can be granted such an authority. If an official charge filed against the executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how all the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. To your own little executive. Lana? Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777777. 77777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat this question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant! Just, what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. Thank you for getting off the stand so I can stand up here. I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. See, That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued.
Well, what a fun way to end this set of a trial. That's so fun. She's so quirky for that. Oh, isn't obstructing justice and forging evidence just so quirky? So yeah, that's it for today. If anyone's still there, of course, thank you so much for coming. I will be back sometime soon. I may or may not play Zelda. I'll probably be playing more games that I can try to play like one-off. I might do another Zelda stream and then start doing that just so I can have some stuff for Christmas. But I don't know, this time of the year just gets me a little nostalgic to do some type of one-off streams, kind of like Bad End Theater and like Purgatory. I guess I was a couple, but like stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'm gonna be going to bed. Bye bye.